Welcome back to Talk Travel to Me. I'm your host, Kristy Ouellette, and if you thought the opening of Epic Universe last year was a finish line for Universal Orlando, think again. It is now 2026, and while the cranes are still spinning and there's some work going on, there is some great energy across the entire resort. Today, we're going to talk about all of the things that are happening in 2026. We're going to dabble in some rumors that we're hearing about expansion for Epic Universe, and we're going to talk about what was just announced and confirmed coming in 2027. You don't want to miss this. And of course, my trusty travel advisor, Lacie Flake, one of the magical advisors with Mickey Guru Travel Company, is here with us again today. Let's get going.
Ready for your fast pass to unforgettable adventures? Welcome to Talk Travel to Me. Featuring our Mickey Guru Travel Company expert travel advisors, this podcast will guide you in traveling with more ease, confidence, and a sprinkle of magic. Tune in for unique insights, insider info, tips, and personal travel stories that'll transform your journeys into exhilarating moments and lifelong memories. Fasten your seatbelt, grab your passport, let's embark, and let's talk travel.
All right, so last episode we talked about the new things and the changes and all the happenings over at Walt Disney World. So Lacey's back with us today because we are going to talk about her favorite resort in Central Florida. I think it's kind of close, right? But you're definitely a Universal girly.
Yes.
So let's talk about what's happening at Universal Orlando in 2026.
So Universal has a great lineup of events coming for 2026. To start off, I love the way Universal offers pass holder benefits. I know a lot of us are pass holders. A lot of the regulars are for sure. And Universal does a great job offering their pass holders some nice perks. They do this like 3 times a year. In the very beginning of January was the first pass holder benefit time. So you get different discounts on food and merchandise in addition to the regular ones. And you're on designated entrance, so you don't have to stand in line with the masses to scan into the parks, things like that. So that's the very first thing that's coming in January to Universal, or that's going on right now, actually. The next thing will probably already been happened by the time this episode airs, but Rock the Universe is the first big event of the year. So Rock the Universe is a Christian music festival that is on a Friday night and Saturday night, January 23rd and 24th. And they also conclude on Sunday morning. So the whole event is over by Sunday around lunchtime. So it's a worship experience where you have access to both parks, and there are concerts being held throughout Universal Studios Florida only at night post closing. So this is a specially ticketed event that happens after park close. They have 3 separate stages at Universal where these concerts happen. The main one, the Music Plaza stage over by the almost extinct Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket entrance, is the big stage. That's where the heavy hitter, very popular artists perform, and they have 2 more stages throughout the park. So first event of the year is about to kick off shortly.
So I remember you said that you've been to that event before and you loved it.
Yes.
So is it really just only at night, or are there things throughout the day that are related to that as well?
Well, the actual event itself, as far as the concerts, is just at night after park close. But during the day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you have access to both parks. Well, to Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida. You're able to ride rides and do all of the things during the day, and then you get to stay for that concert series afterwards. So it's kind of a full event weekend.
So do they have during the concert times, are the rides still open, kind of like they do on like the other special event nights?
Yes, they are.
Oh, that's awesome.
They are. So if you need a break from a concert and just sit down and take a chill, all the restaurants are open, the rides are open. It really is a full experience, kind of similar to, like you said, to the other after hours.
Yeah. I've heard great things about it. We've talked about it, you and I, but I have a client that went, I think it was last year, and she said it was one of her most favorite things ever because she really felt like it blended two really important parts of who she is. She was able
Right.
to listen to like the Christian music that she really loved, but in one of her favorite places. And she's like, I don't know why it took me this long to do this. She's like, but I'm going every year. This year, unfortunately, she came down with an illness and wasn't able to travel. She'll be fine, but
Yeah.
she listens. So hi, Debbie. um, but I think it's a great event for people that are into that kind of music and want that worship experience in a theme park.
Yes, it is. And you cannot go to a Christian music concert or any concert for that matter for the price of Rock the Universe, where you have access to about 10 different artists that are
Hmm.
really heavy hitter artists that their concerts would cost you way more than this admission.
Yeah.
So, it's a bang for your buck as well. It really
Hmm.
is a great event.
I can picture people having like a butter beer and like listening to Christian rock. Like I think
Yeah,
that sounds so cool. So
it's
cool.
awesome.
So also in January, we have some attraction closures, which these are real typical things that we see every year because the parks across the board do close during the slower seasons. And January in Orlando is definitely one of those slower seasons. So Jurassic Park River Adventure closed on January 5th and actually is going to be remaining closed till mid-November. The 19th it comes back.
Yes.
So what do you
There's a
think is
heavy
happening?
rumor about this.
All right, tell me,
Um,
because you follow rumors. I don't.
so right now at Islands of Adventure, that whole Jurassic Park area is currently themed to Jurassic World. So
Hmm.
like the original franchise, where over in Hollywood at Universal Studios, their Jurassic areas, Jurassic, I said that backwards. Jurassic World is in California. Jurassic Park is still in Orlando, the original.
Okay.
So rumor has it that they are going to change Jurassic Park River Adventure to Jurassic World River Adventure, similar to the one that they have over in Hollywood. So they're going
Okay.
to update it to the newer franchise and include the Mosasaurus and the newer characters and dinosaurs in that. So anxious to
Okay.
see about that. It does need some TLC.
Yeah.
It's in need
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
I
So
love that ride though, but I will say the last time I went on it, it was really kind of funny because we were going down like the final hill, and something hit me in the head. Like literally, I was like, I don't know what happened, but something hit me in the head. I wasn't injured, but I was like shocked. And we got the picture, and we realized the guy in front of me, like two rows in front of me, his hat flew off. So when they took the photo of the whole ride, the hat was either about to hit me or hitting me at that time.
oh
And
my
I was
word.
like, see, I told you, because Eric kind of thought I was crazy. He's like, what do you mean something hit you in the head? And I was like, something hit me. So,
What are the odds?
yeah, exactly. But
I
yeah,
love
that
this
ride
ride too.
needs a little refurb, but they all do
Yeah,
from time to time.
they do. They do.
Now I don't know how to say these names at Volcano Bay. It's one of the things that stresses me out the most about talking about Universal.
Same.
I
Same.
think it's Maku Pui, round raft rides.
We're gonna go
Um,
with that.
yeah, both of
Mhm.
those round raft rides at Volcano Bay are closed January 5th to February 12th. To be honest, I don't know most people that go to the water parks in January and February either.
Right.
So I don't think that's a big deal. But the one that I thought that, I mean, Jurassic Park River Adventure is definitely a miss for the whole year, basically. But Revenge of the Mummy is closing. And I do have clients there during this time. So the January 27th to February 2nd. Again, these rides are open mostly 365 days a year, 12 hours a day. So they have to go down at specific times to get maintenance, or then they're going to just be breaking. And that's way
Right.
more frustrating. Um, so that'll be down just a little bit of a revamp. It's only a couple days. So we really think this is going to be mostly just tune ups and,
Yeah, just
maybe
regular maintenance.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Finnegan's Bar and Grill. You must have been there before, right?
Absolutely. Yes. Finnegan's
Yeah.
is one of my favorites.
Okay, so they're closing again for almost an entire year. They
Yeah.
went down January 12th, and there's no specific date, but they're telling us winter 2026. So that kind of points to a more specific no, a more extensive renovation.
Right.
What do they have in there? Because I've actually never. I had to look at a map to figure out where it was.
So it's Irish fare. Um, Really good, unique food. Maybe not for more adventurous, or it is a little bit more adventurous, so maybe not for everyone. But the
Yeah.
food is really, really good. It's fresh. It's one of the only table service restaurants that really feels table servicey
Mm-hmm.
at Universal Studios. So it is the only full service bar as well
Oh,
at
okay.
studios inside.
Yeah.
Of course, you had a couple outside, but so I'm anxious to see what they're going to do with it. It's kind of dark in there. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of wood accents and things like that. So I wonder if maybe they're going to lighten it up and just kind of freshen up the interior. I hope they don't change the menu very much because it's really good.
It sounds like it's almost similar to Raglan Road. Is it kind of
Yes,
like
it
the same
is.
over at
It's
Disney
very
Springs?
similar. Very got that same environment,
Yeah.
same
All
kind of
right.
foods. Yeah. So we'll
Which do
see.
you prefer? I'm curious now.
I actually prefer Raglan Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the food at Raglan Road is a little bit better in my opinion, than over at Finnegan's, but they're both really good, just
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. That gets us through January.
So coming up in February is the first um, big long event that's happening at Universal. This is Mardi Gras, International Flavors of Carnival. I have grown to really, really love this festival. So it's similar to the festivals over at Epcot. Really, really
Okay.
reminiscent of those because they have the food booths that are all across the parks. Um, Mainly at Universal Studios is where you're going to find these, but the last couple of years it's trickled over into City Walk and also Islands of Adventure.
Hmm.
So it doesn't cover the whole park of Islands of Adventure, just mainly the right through the entrance area there, like right beside the Hulk, kind of between Hulk and Seuss Landing, that
Uh-huh.
area will
Okay.
have like three or four of the Mardi Gras food booths. But Universal Studios is covered in them. They are everywhere and they all have something different. So
Mm-hmm.
there are several different countries that are represented, which is why it's called the international flavors, because several countries around the world celebrate Mardi Gras, but a little
Oh.
bit differently with different cuisine and things like that. So very unique foods from across the world. So I enjoy it a lot. If you're a foodie, this is for you. It is included with regular park admission. Again, similar to the festivals over at Epcot, you don't have to pay extra for this special event. You do have to pay extra for the food, of
Sure.
course, but
Yeah.
all of the other stuff, the entertainment, the parade, the concerts, all of that's included. So it's a great little free event that's different and a lot of fun. There's a lot of really cool merchandise that goes along with it. And Universal is also very famous for their tribute stores. So there's always a
Mm.
really amazing tribute store that goes along with Mardi Gras. Normally has something to do with floats and how they build floats. And because the Mardi Gras parade at Universal is amazing. It is top notch. People are on the floats throwing beads. Um, it's just a really, really fun experience. And you, as a guest, can sign up to throw floats or throw beads, ride a float, throw beads off the float. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We have never done that because I just really don't care to do that. Like I'd rather be there where I can watch the parade. I mean, if you're going to be there
Mm-hmm.
for multiple days, it may be something that you want to do after you've seen the parade a couple of times. But my kids have always just been like, "Nah, we're good. We don't want to ride." But you can, and that's a really cool
Yeah.
experience. It does take a big chunk of your time because you have to be at a certain area, which is currently Animal Actors on location, is where you have to go a
Okay.
couple of hours prior to the parade starting, and they put you in like costume and kind of train you
Mm-hmm.
on how to go about doing this. So um and it's kind of a time suck but really cool experience. Yeah.
I have seen this. I have clients that contemplated it, stepped away because of the time thing,
Yeah.
because they were looking at doing like the dining package where you have a
Hmm.
guaranteed spot on a float and all of that. But now after looking into it with them and talking to people that have done it, I want to go do it. Like, I want to be on there, and I'm trying to figure out how to make that happen. I don't know that it's in the cards for this year, but I definitely think it would be fun. Maybe we could get a group of us to do it all at
Oh,
once.
that would be fun.
That would be so cool. Be great
Yeah.
pictures. Everything's
Oh,
for the
for
gram.
sure. We have to leave someone on the ground to snap pictures and videos.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. So tell me about, this is something that I read that I was honestly not up to date on. Butterbeer season? Like, I don't know about you, but I drink butterbeer all year long. Why do we have just a season for it?
This just started a couple of years ago, actually. So same butterbeer all year long. There's never a bad time for butterbeer. But during butterbeer season, they roll out some different limited edition butterbeer flavored treats. So
Okay.
last year was the first year that they introduced the butterbeer iced lolly, so a butterbeer flavored popsicle.
Oh.
Yeah. Delicious. By the way, had it was like multi-layered. So the bottom layer was the butterbeer flavor, and then the
Hmm.
top was the foam. So
Oh.
a
I love
delicious
popsicles.
treat. Yes. It was so,
Mm.
so good. They also had like butterbeer flavored caramels that you could buy at the candy stores on both sides, at
Hmm.
Allen's and at Studios. Um, there was one more thing that was unique. Oh, the merchandise. So they had lots of butterbeer specific merchandise, like you name it, honestly. Tons
Hmm.
of different things, from plates and thing. And they had like a butterbeer cart, like a
Okay.
little model butterbeer cart that was full of the little caramels, the little butterbeer flavored caramels. So just different things like that, t-shirts and all kind of cool stuff for just butterbeer season.
Hmm.
So it was pretty cool. The ice lollies are worth the visit.
I think it's
Delicious.
funny how Universal and Disney both invent events to sell merch.
Right.
Right? Like, and like we're like, "Oh my gosh, there's a popcorn bucket. Let's stand in line for 30 hours to spend $50 on a popcorn bucket."
Uh-huh.
Uh
Uh-huh.
but if you're a Potterhead, like, that's really cool. Like, I'm thinking my sister would absolutely love all of that and then all of the
Yeah,
merch that goes along with it. So,
exactly. I mean, it's limited edition. You got to go, right?
right? You got to get it.
Yeah. Another cool thing that I like about Universal special events are the Grad Bash and the Grad Venture. So these are for separately ticketed, again, after hours events that are exclusive for high school seniors. The first one, anyway, Grad Bash is for high school seniors, April 17th, 18th, 24th, and 30th, where they have access to special music and entertainment, themed activities around being a senior and what's coming next and their careers and all these cool things. The rides are open, the restaurants are open, but it's only for those kids and their families who purchase that separately ticketed event.
Uh-huh.
There are a lot of cool photo ops and things like that that celebrate this milestone in their lives. And then you have the grad venture that is later. It's May 1st, 8th, 15th, and 21st, and it is for middle school graduates.
Okay.
So you kind of have your two different age groups, same thing as far as after hours and separately ticketed, but it really makes those kids feel special with this milestone and being able to celebrate. So kind of fun.
I love that kind of stuff, and I know, like, I have an older child. Your kids are in that age
Yeah,
range there, where it's like any moment that you can create something special with them is so important because they're getting
absolutely.
older. They're gonna want to spend more time with friends than, well, sometimes.
Mhm.
I think we're very lucky with kids that want to spend time with their family still,
Yeah,
which is fabulous. But as a whole, they are out and doing their own thing a lot more. So those moments that you can create, like, that's just really cool to me, for sure.
yes, I love it.
So attraction closures in February. We have Fire Drill, which is the interactive water attraction in the Isle of Burke over at Epic Universe. is going down for a refurb just the February 1st to the 7th. I will say, I went on that ride, and I think you might be the one that has the actual photo or video of Sammy and
Uh,
I on that ride during the
uh-huh.
previews.
Uh-huh.
It needed a refurb then because our little squirter didn't work. So like we're getting squirted and just decimated with water, and our little squirter's like meow, meow, like it was ridiculous. Um, but it was a whole lot of fun. I will say, I always caution clients when they go to Epic with kids, especially that will want to do that. You need to
Mm.
dress appropriately for it. If I had been wearing denim, I would still be dead.
Uh, yes.
Right? Like
Yeah.
all of the things that happen with denim when they get wet. But luckily, we both had athletic dresses and like athletic shorts, and I switched shoes with my daughter so that she wore my sneakers while I was on, and I wore her flip flops,
Yeah.
and it was so much fun. But you really do get drenched. It's almost like it's way worse than Tiana's. It
Oh
reminded me of
yeah.
like Popeye's rat bilge thing. That's like you're a
Oh.
drowned rat afterwards. So that's going down for a little bit of maintenance. And that's okay because it's February 1st to the 7th and it's going to be cold anyway. So no one's
Mm-hmm.
going to want to do that. It worked out perfect for us because it was hot as Hades that day. So it worked out great. The bigger deal, I think, at this time is the attraction of the closure of the Hogwarts Express, which
Yeah.
again is an annual thing because they have to do maintenance on it because otherwise it will just break. And it is closed February 9th to the 23rd. Now, I'm curious what you think about this, but I always recommend to my clients park to park tickets at Universal for two main reasons now, but one of them is you need that to ride the Hogwarts Express. And if you're a Potter fan or you just want to have the full experience, you have to be able to do that. It's worth the cost of the upgrade. But now, during that window, I do have some clients that are traveling specifically during that window. And yes, they can still park hop, but they can't do it on the train. So you have to go out the front door and come in the front door of the other park, which, let's be real, we're not talking about a 10-mile walk.
Right. Right.
And the flexibility, which is where I land most of the time, it
Mm.
is huge. Be able to just do whatever you want, not feel restricted. But I'm curious what you recommend during that time when it's not working.
I always recommend the park to park ticket just because when you get tired of this one, you can go over to the other. I
Mm,
mean, or when you're checking the app and oh my gosh, Velocicoaster's only, 20-minute wait or whatever, let's go. I always enjoy that flexibility. But it is kind of sad when the Hogwarts Express is down,
yeah.
for sure. That's just like the true, if you're going to Hogwarts, you've got to ride the train. It's just how Harry did it. I mean, you have to walk through the wall, you have to get
Yeah.
on the train, the whole 9 yards. Which going through the wall is a really cool experience in itself because if you stand in a certain spot or have a family member stand behind a screen in video, it actually looks like you're walking through that brick wall. So it just kind of
Hmm.
adds to that Harry Potter element. Um, so the train is very convenient if you're in the back of the park
Yeah.
to get over and it's a different experience both ways. So if you ride it from islands, you get one experience. If you ride it from studios, you get another. So I
Hmm.
definitely always recommend the Hogwarts Express. If I'm at the front of the park, I'm going out
Yeah.
the front gate all day long. I'm not going to walk to the back just to ride the train. And the train often gets a really, really long line
Hmm.
as well. So I do try to recommend to clients, you know, if the wait is over 30, 45 minutes, just go and walk across and catch it later when it's not so long. Even at the very beginning of the day,
Hmm.
it sounds crazy to park hop at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning, but that is when you can get on the train with a walk on. So if you just
Yeah.
want to ride it for the experience and to see what else included in that ride, what you're going to see, I would definitely recommend first thing in the morning if it's a really long wait. But yeah, the train's
Yeah.
worth it. They
Well,
worth it.
if it's a long wait and you don't have those magical express passes that come
Right.
included with a stay at Royal Pacific, Hard Rock, or Portofino Bay, you could ride that train all day. And I do have some clients that have children on the spectrum, and the train is their favorite part. So
Yeah.
they never go during this time because they want to be able to, ride it as much as they want. And now that you can do Hagrid's with that, I
Right.
I need to go just to do that over and over again for a little bit.
So
So
valuable.
so cool. All right, what's happening next?
So, Volcano Bay nights, the dates have not been specifically announced yet. This is something that we'll have to check back on later into the probably early summer. They'll release these dates. It's normally September, October. An evening water park experience at Volcano Bay with unique entertainment, special lighting. It is separately ticketed. So,
Hmm.
post the park closing is when this event happens. But it looks like a really, really cool experience. I think this just started last year.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. But I heard a lot of great feedback, really
Yeah,
cool experiences.
I've heard that people are equated it to H2O glow nights at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon,
Uh-huh.
which
Uh-huh.
that I have done and that was super fun. I think this has a lot of potential, especially
Yeah.
like in that late summer fall time frame where some people are going to be over at Halloween Horror Nights. And
Right.
so this is
Yeah.
another option. It may be like one night you do that and then go to Halloween, which we'll talk about, I'm sure, because I feel like 2026 is going to be my year for that.
I know. Yeah, I think it should be because it is mine. Oh, well, not just
Uh-huh.
this year, but
I was like, you.
we can go together.
Yeah.
But I really do want to try out Volcano Bay Nights. Looks like a great
Yeah.
time. And you don't have to worry about cooking in that
Yes.
Orlando sun.
Yeah. And as
So,
somebody that is pasty white and has to like put my body weight worth of sunscreen on every day, that's one of the things I loved most about the Typhoon Lagoon event was
yeah.
that no sunscreen and you literally could comfortably walk. It was still plenty warm enough because it's still
Oh, yeah.
summer. But
Yeah.
all right, summer fun.
So the mega movie parade, which just debuted last summer, is back. This is an amazing parade at Universal that happens every day, midday.
Ooh.
So shade is important. We cooked.
I
We
was gonna say,
literally
speaking of
cooked.
cooking.
Oh my word. Because you're standing on asphalt. It follows the same parade route as all of the Universal parades. So it starts on one end and goes all the way around to the other. So you can see it in multiple different spots, but no matter where you're standing, it is hot and brutal. So getting a shaded spot early to catch this parade is vital. Especially during May to August,
Yeah.
you will burn up. But it's a really cool parade. It features a lot of new franchises, but also Ghostbusters and Back to the Future and E.T., like some of the classics, amazing floats that
Mhm.
Universal puts on. There's performers in between all the floats and just great. It really is a great parade.
And then we have the Sensational Symphonic Spectacular, which is their like music and laser show over do they call it a lagoon? I don't know if
Yeah.
they okay.
Yeah.
Um and I've seen that once. It was cute. To me at that time of night, I'm like either completely done because like it's right before park closing.
Yeah.
And I'm usually done and I'm like, nope, that's fine. I'll watch it on YouTube. But it is well done. It does has all of, like the music from the famous movies and some of them I didn't even realize Universal had in their catalog. But
Yeah.
movies that you've always heard, obviously Back to the Future and Jurassic Park and stuff like that. But it's just really cool to hear all the different genres of movie music throughout the years.
Yeah. I love how they do the projections on the water,
Hmm.
the spray of water. So neat. And Hogwarts Always is coming back this year. This is over at Islands of Adventure. It's a light fireworks projection show that is accompanied by some really cool Harry Potter music. Is projected onto the actual castle at Hogwarts. So really great show. They kind of changed this one up throughout the year, but Hogwarts Always is the one that shows the houses. So kind of
Mm.
like the way to represent your house pride with Hogwarts Always. And then you have the City Walk Summer Concert Series. This also is a pretty new event, I think, that started last summer as well. Um, those specific dates and performance, like the people who are going to be performing, will be announced soon. But this is right there on that stage behind what is that bar called? The Jimmy Buffett bar, like porch of
Margaritaville.
Yeah. What Porch of
Is it?
Indecision or something. It's like that
Oh,
stage that's
yeah.
kind of right on the water
Yep.
where the water taxi runs. So pretty cool experience. And this again is included. You don't even have to buy a theme park ticket for this event,
Yeah.
because City Walk is free for anyone to just come and enjoy. So
Hmm.
that's a fun way to throw in some concerts into your summer for free.
There's nothing like a summer concert. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
especially when it doesn't cost extra, right? So you're just like out there vibing and dancing around, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's still
Um,
warm, but you're not cooking because it's night. So
right. So 4th of July, now in 2026, I know Disney's doing a huge thing, and they've already started talking about that because it's the 250th anniversary or birthday of the United States.
yeah.
Um, but Universal always does stuff too, and they haven't yet explained exactly what's happening, but they're going to have activities across the entire resort. So all three parks, Volcano Bay and City Walk, are going to have special things. I'm pretty sure, knowing Epic like we do, it's going to involve that laser light fountain show that they have right in Celestial Park, which
Yes.
I have to say, I've only been now to one show there, but it really felt goosebumpy. And I know that sounds
It's
crazy, but
yeah, it's
because the
amazing.
seating is all around it and you feel like you're in it. The way they built that, I'm going to use the term bowl. I don't know if that's really what you'd call it, but you're all around the circle on different layers, and like you can be in the splash zone and get soaked, or you can be up further. But they do such a fabulous job in that space, making you
Yeah.
feel like you are completely surrounded. So for July 4th, that could be really cool. Really cool.
Yes. I hope they take that opportunity.
Mm.
I love the built-in seating.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So much time. So much time? No.
Mhm.
So often we have situations where they expect us to stand. So, like, the idea that they actually built seating in was like such a good move on their part. Because, over at California Adventure, you have the great World of Color show every night, but you have to stand for it. And you're like, hi, I've been here for 15 hours already. I'd like to sit.
Yes, my legs are tired. Yeah, I'm anxious to see what all this 4th of July is going to involve.
Are you planning on traveling over the 4th this year, or are you thinking you might be home?
I think I might. I think I might be home. I think
Yeah.
we're coming home on the 3rd, actually.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, haven't exactly nailed down our location yet. I always have to keep
Yeah.
my options open, but
Yeah.
that is Dead Week here in Mississippi, which is in high school sports.
Hmm.
That is the one week in the summer when kids are not allowed to practice.
Oh.
So, with my children being high school sport age and involved in everything, that
Hmm.
is one of the one weeks in the summer that we're all free. So we always travel that week
Nice.
for sure. Yeah.
I will say we've done a bunch. We could talk about this another time, but my favorite thing to do over July 4th so far has been a cruise.
Mm,
Like on Disney Cruise Line, we did that a couple years ago. It was amazing what they did for the 4th of July and how they decked the ship out and stuff. It was super cool.
I bet. And fireworks at sea is already amazing. So,
Mhm. Mhm.
so going past July on into August and September, we have that next round of pass holder appreciation days. Again, multi-week celebration with exclusive offers for pass holders. Just a great perk of being a pass holder at Universal. They also celebrate their pass holders every month with special magnets and stickers and things like that. That are available at the Five and Dime. It's where you pick up those magnets, and they have the pass holder store, of course, at over at Islands. But back to Hogwarts is a true Potterhead's dream. So your sister again may love Back to Hogwarts. This is an event where everyone dresses up in their full Harry Potter gear. You will see not only houses represented, you will see people dressed up as characters. Like you will see Hagrid's walking around and holding, little Dobbies, and they go all out for Back to Hogwarts. It's just a really, really cool event. They're out shopping for their wands and acting like they're really gonna catch the train over to Hogwarts. And then on September 1st, that's the one day that they really, really go all out. But the whole month of August is designated for Back to Hogwarts. But on September 1st, that cosplay is just amazing. I've only seen this once, but there will be Bellatrixes and all the characters that you can imagine walking around the parks.
Oh my gosh, I want to go to that so bad.
Yeah,
I had
such a
forgotten about
cool.
it. I had forgotten completely about it since last year, but that was just seeing some videos about it. I was like, I'm not a big cosplayer, but I love to watch other people do it.
Same.
Oh
And
my
they do
gosh.
it so well. I
Yeah,
mean, you can tell it's so thought out. They do a great job.
that's awesome. And I love my Harry Potter. I absolutely do. And they make it so fun there. You feel like you're in the movie. And when you're with the right people, and that
Yeah.
could be like the whole crowd, people that are all just enjoying it is
Yes.
awesome. So let's talk about like the hallmark of the universal calendar. Like I really think this is like we're talking about all the different things all year long, and yeah, Mardi Gras is great. We'll talk about Grinchmas, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
But Universal is known across the world for Halloween Horror Nights. And they starting select nights August 28th through November 1st, is what we typically are seeing. They haven't announced the specific dates yet that I'm aware of. Maybe they did, but that's about when we're seeing it, late August through November 1st.
Hmm.
Um, I have I'm way too chicken. I am way too chicken, but last year they introduced that special necklace you can buy
Right.
so that the scare actors leave you alone.
Yes.
That made me think that this was possible.
And I think that was really well received.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
scaredy cat necklace.
Well, cuz it's a very intense event,
Uh-huh.
right? Like and
Yes.
Universal does it very well. All of the parks have some like Halloween activities. Obviously, Disney has Not So Scary.
Hmm.
SeaWorld has Howlo Scream. So like they're all getting into it, but Universal is kind of like the goat when it comes to the scary thing.
Yeah.
It's obviously a separately ticketed event. This is the 35th year. This will be an
Yes.
anniversary year.
Yes.
Interesting.
And that's super special too. We were actually there for 30
Oh,
and they did so many cool things for the anniversary. So I'm anxious to see what happens this time. They brought back like a lot of the OG um characters and things that are Universal created.
uh-huh.
So I know they're probably gonna blow it out again.
My problem becomes, and this is always my issue, I have other things planned at the same time. So,
Yeah.
like, it's hard to do, but are you like carving time out of your calendar this fall then for the 35th?
Yes. So I know for sure I will be there on October 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Hopefully we can turn that into more than just one night of HHN because I don't know that I'm going to be able to get back to Orlando on a separate trip in the fall just because my kids are involved in so many fall activities. But oh yeah, I definitely don't want to miss the 35th. And my husband's
Yeah.
the same way. He's like, "Are we on HHN? Like, what night do we go?"
Yeah.
But yeah, he
Yeah,
loves it
which
as
is
much as I
great.
do.
I was gonna say that's a great thing too, when like you've got a spouse or friends that are like totally into it. Because
Yeah.
I did talk to one woman that is a solo traveler, and she travels solo everywhere. And she tried HHN, and she was like, "No." She's
No.
like, "I'll go to Norway by myself again, but I won't ever go to that again by myself." And I was like, "I don't blame you. I don't blame
No,
you."
yeah, you need moral support
Yeah,
for sure. And the vibe of HHN is just so amazing. I can't imagine doing it alone.
yeah.
Like, I don't
Do
know,
you
who
like
are
the
you gonna
idea
laugh
of
with?
right? Do you like the idea of doing it with newbies, like so people that have no idea what to expect and like that, or do you prefer to go with people that like know the routine?
Either or, really, because if they don't know the routine, if they're newbies, they're a lot of fun to watch because they really don't know what to expect. Um, I have done that, and you can also teach them, like, okay, here's the way to do things, and here's what works, and here's what doesn't from experience. But it's also fun to go with those people who have been because they do know, and they're like, "Oh, are we
Yeah,
going to do so and so again? I wonder if they're bringing back this," and you kind of know what to expect and get excited for. But HHN is fun regardless.
Yeah.
newbies or vets. It's just a great time.
I feel like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to piggyback with you and may actually mean piggyback. Like I might
Hop
hide,
off.
like hop on and be like, get me out of here. Um, because I want to. I want to. But
It's such a fun event. It really
yeah.
is. You have to try it. Like I'll tell you, like I tell my children about eating things, not necessarily HHN, but like you have to try it once, and if you don't like it, you don't
Yeah.
have to go back.
Yeah.
But try
Yeah.
it once. You never know.
Well, what I do love is the dark arts at Hogwarts Castle.
Yeah.
That is something that I mean, those projection shows, like you mentioned, they have them like all year long. They're different. But that one is like so creepy. The music is so good. You really feel like
Yes.
you are in a fight for the battle of maybe the ministry. I don't know.
I don't
Battle
know.
of what? But it's so well done.
It
Love
is. And
that.
when they incorporated the Death Eaters roaming around in Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade both, that really pumped it up a level too, because they are
Yeah.
so creepy.
Ooh.
But their show is amazing, and they know whether to walk up and interact with you or not. They kind of read your body language, and
Yeah.
um, they don't talk, but
Right.
it's just kind of like you'll turn around and there's one standing there. So that is kind of a cool little element that they've added.
Nice. All right, you want to tell us about my favorite seasonal event? Because for chickens like me,
So the holidays at Universal Orlando are so much fun. Like you mentioned earlier, Grinchmas. Um, who doesn't love the Grinch? I mean, seriously, like
yep.
the little grumpy guy. He's so much fun. And the Grinch at Universal at Islands of Adventure is great.
Mm,
Have you ever stood in line and met him?
yes,
He
once.
he is probably the best character interaction I've ever had. Like
Yep.
he's just hilarious, and he gets you really involved into the story, and he holds that Grinch persona 100%. Um, so this event this year is starting on November 14th. So before Thanksgiving again. So we have a lot of time to experience it, ending January 3rd. So plenty of time for everyone to get out and check out the holiday offerings. There's a parade, a Macy's parade, and it really is great. I mean, the quality of those floats is awesome. You have the balloons just like on the Thanksgiving Day parade,
Hmm.
except this one is Christmas themed and it's at studios.
Hmm.
Um, Grinchmas is over at Islands of Adventure. So you have the holidays span both parks.
Sure.
So that's kind of nice too. You get to experience it no matter where you are. The Grinchmas show is amazing. It's just a short retelling of the Grinch story.
Yep.
Brings me to tears every single time. So well done. The actors are just fabulous. They are just
Yeah.
second to none. And then the lights alone, the
Hmm.
decor, the trees, much like over at Disney Springs, they have the tree hunt where you can walk around and to all the different stores and buy the different trees. They're all decorated accordingly, kind of like to where they're located. I
Hmm.
think it's really cool too at Christmas how Universal brings back their classic Ghostbusters, the defunct attractions
Uh-huh.
into their decor. That's
Yeah.
always so fun to see, like the slime on the firefighter, the door of the firehouse,
Uh-huh.
that represents Ghostbusters and things like that. So lots of special offerings. Another tribute store with
Hmm.
specialty treats and merchandise and just the coolest, most creative decor. I love it. Universal does
Yeah.
holidays well.
They really do. And I love holidays. I mean, it's January and my Christmas tree is still up. But I love decorations. I love the music, and they just do such a great job, and you feel so at ease. Their resorts are
Yeah.
also beautifully decorated. I know
Yes.
Disney gets a lot of attention during the holidays, but Universal is absolutely right on par with them,
Yeah.
and has all their unique stuff over there. Um, and I think the one thing on my bucket list for the holiday season there is I want to do the Christmas tour. They have that specific special tour that they do that includes the Grinch show and meeting the Grinch, and some really fun little behind the scenes type things. So that's
Yes.
a whole lot of fun too.
And they have the
Um,
special breakfast over at Circus McGurkus
yeah,
that also gets you priority access to meet the Grinch. So that's a
yeah.
cool little breakfast edition.
Which that line can get long,
Yeah.
to meet the Grinch. Like I know we waited over an hour, and that's nothing.
No.
We also met him in Hollywood. So if you're looking at a West Coast trip, Universal Hollywood is a lot easier to meet the Grinch. We only waited like 15, 20 minutes in the middle of the day over there.
Hmm.
Um, but he was rough. We walked up and he was like, "Which one of you smells?" And we just started laughing because we were like, it's the Grinch. It's like it's
Yeah.
going to be like a little edgy. So it
He's
was fun.
great.
Definitely awesome memories to go over there. So that's kind of the year at Universal 2026, but we would be remiss if we didn't talk about some things that are coming soon, including something that was announced just the day before we were recording this episode, and that is that. So we knew Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket was done for. It's closed, but we got confirmation yesterday that we are getting the Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift, which is currently in testing phases over in California at Universal
Yeah.
Hollywood, but that we're getting that here. And it's 2027, so we don't know exactly when that is. And they are saying that the coaster will have a different design, same theme, obviously, but a different design than what will be out on the West Coast.
Hmm.
And of course, that also means that they're closing Fast and the Furious Supercharged, which is the really weird, didn't quite hit the mark attraction. We were
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
that before we started recording. We were like,
Mm.
like,
It is a skip
yeah.
for most
I,
people.
I do think that, like, if you're a big Fast and the Furious fan, you might want to go down before it closes at the end
Yeah.
of 2026, early 27. But if you're not a big fan, it's not a miss.
Yeah. I
Um,
think for most people, it's going to be okay.
Yeah, I'm a little
Yeah.
nervous because the newer coasters at Universal, I love coasters, but Velocicoaster is on my never again list, and Stardust Racers is also on my I'm not doing that again list. So I'm worried about this one, but I do, like you say, I do try it and see if I'll like it, and because I do love most coasters, just not those.
Yeah. They're
Um,
intense.
So we're going to end with a little rumor mill kind of thing
Mm.
because I'm curious. Epic Universe is going to have its 1 year anniversary in May. And there's been a lot of talk about it. There was a
Yeah.
lot of build up and anticipation. You've got your people that absolutely love it and like can't stop cheering it. You've got people that are not happy with what's over there and how it's been rolled out. Um, I personally really enjoyed it, like really enjoyed it, and I know you
Yes.
did too.
It was amazing.
It is a new park. It is, it's going to come with bugs. Should it?
Right.
No, probably not because of what they're charging you for it. But the reality of the world is things are rarely perfect.
Right.
Um, but I'm curious what you've heard about rumors regarding expansion at Epic Universe because I've heard one. And I'm really curious if you've heard what I've heard and what you can share with us.
So when Epic Universe was built, it was intentionally built with room for expansion.
Hmm.
And we're already seeing that the first permit for expansion has officially been filed. So we do know that's officially going to happen in the Wizarding World,
Okay.
but we don't know exactly what it's going to be. That's where the rumor part comes in. Rumor has it, see what you've heard, that this is going to be a new attraction, a Harry Potter themed attraction that involves riding on a broomstick.
Oh,
So maybe we're all getting our own Nimbus 2000 and we're playing Quidditch or
okay.
something. So in my brain, I see um Pandora Flight of Passage ish
Yeah.
Like the ride vehicle style
Mm-hmm.
Tron, where you're straddling something
Mm-hmm.
to mimic how you would sit on a broomstick.
Yeah.
I think Universal could go crazy with this as far as what we see. They've done so much the last few years with their rides,
Mm-hmm.
like Monsters Unchained, for example, incorporating the screen-based attraction with the practical
Mm-hmm.
sets and effects and animatronics. I can see this, if it's something like that, being really, really cool.
Yeah, I'm curious because I feel like they did so well with Hagrid's when you're
Yes.
like riding a motorcycle or you're sitting in the basket, but like that whole feel that like the leap to a Nimbus 2000 is not that far. And
Right.
that could be really cool. I do think they have to be really careful with the screens because a lot of people are like sensitive to it and they get motion sickness, so people kind of stay away. But
Right.
Monsters Unchanged does seem to have a better result because it's a mix of them. It's not constant screens.
Yes.
So maybe they've learned something from that.
I agree. That one, if I ride Forbidden Journey more than a couple of times in a row, I do start to feel the effects of it. But
Yeah.
Monsters Unchained, never.
Yeah.
So I do think you're right. They've learned and will continue to learn, hopefully, in
Yeah.
future rides. So I'm anxious to see about this expansion.
So I'll tell you, the rumor I heard actually had nothing to do with Harry Potter,
Oh,
but that there was a new portal coming and that it is Wicked themed. So Wizard of Oz,
oh,
like Yellow Brick Road, but in the Wicked time frame. And
hmm.
because I know that there are several spots, one of them was definitely over in the Wizarding World. Like there's a pad there or something that people
Hmm.
have been talking about. But
Hmm.
this was like, and I don't know where it would be, but I've heard that that's the next portal that they're going to open, which in some ways makes sense to me. That movie was
Yeah,
very popular, but I'm curious if it has staying power, right? Like, because though people really liked the movie, the first one especially, it seems like the second one didn't do quite as well.
yeah,
But I also think that, like, if you do it right, it's not just about Wicked. Like, what person, I would probably say American, just because that's what I know more about, wouldn't want to walk the yellow brick road?
right.
Right? Like we grew up watching The Wizard of Oz and a lot of us have memories watching it with our grandparents or our parents and it's such a big part of the culture. That piece I feel like could be really cool and the way that they do that immersiveness in Epic Universe. You could say a lot of things like it needs more shade and it needs more benches to sit on, like those kind of things, but that immersiveness,
Yeah,
I mean, I could go on forever about Isle of Burke, and I'm not even a How to Train Your Dragon fan, but it like blew
right.
me away how
That
they
was
thought
amazing.
of how they created it. It's wild.
And how when you're inside that land, you don't even realize that anything else exists.
Yeah.
You're so immersed. I would love a Wicked portal. That would be
Yeah.
amazing. Because, like you said, I didn't get into Wicked until the last year or so. And really, my daughter was like, the one that pushed me to start watching Wicked. But we all have that Wizard of Oz tie. But that is a multi-generational franchise.
Yeah. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't feel like that's going to go away. So I
Right.
think if
No,
they did it
no.
of as Oz, and then all of the little pieces of Oz could come into play there,
Hmm.
um, I just think there's so many. Knowing how good they are with immersion, there's so many
Yeah.
possibilities of how you could run
Yeah. So
all of that.
interesting. I've
So,
also heard rumor, and this kind of goes across two parks, so Epic Universe and Islands of Adventure.
mhm.
So the Lost Continent area
Yep.
of Islands of Adventure, the only thing left there is restaurants. So you have
Hmm.
Mythos and then the kebab place, and um, that's about it. A couple merchandise locations, but both shows have closed.
Right.
Um, there's really nothing there except kind of a way to connect Seuss Landing with the Wizarding World. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a pass through. So I've heard lots of rumor that that is the next big undertaking at Islands of Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And it was originally rumored that that would become Zelda,
Oh,
the Nintendo version of Zelda, which would
okay.
be cool and kind of fit into that theming.
Yeah.
But now that Epic has come and they have the whole Nintendo world,
Mm-hmm.
it's rumored that the next expansion will be in Nintendo world and will be Zelda
Okay.
instead of them bringing it over to Islands, just growing the Nintendo area where they have Donkey Kong and
Mm-hmm.
Mario, now extending it and making Zelda. So
I don't know. Have you ever looked at the aerial photos? Is there room back there for that expansion?
there is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be cool because that area is too
Yeah.
small.
Well, you can actually kind of see it from and I remember whenever we were there for previews thinking like, that looks weird.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Because you can kind of tell that there should be something there, or that there
Yeah.
will be one day something there.
Yeah.
And that was intentionally done.
Sure.
They can't keep us coming back if they never change anything. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I think that they know the lesson, right? This was the first park in, gosh, I can't remember how 25 years, I think, in Orlando
Yeah.
that was new. So
Right.
most of what we're seeing in that area is going to be expansion. So they were smart about how they rolled that out. And I'm sure there's a room under lock and key with a Secret Service type dude standing there, like with all the
Sure.
secrets, which
Yeah.
I'm always super curious about. So
Same.
all right. I think that'll do it for this episode. But of course, we want to mention that if you are looking to plan a trip to Universal Orlando this year, they have some fabulous promotions out there as well. They have up to 30% off their rooms when you stay 5 nights or more at a Universal hotel. And they also have a Stack the Savings vacation package this year. So you bundle an offer with tickets and you save up to $200, all of that. So Lacie and I and the entire team at Mickey Guru Travel Company are all lovers of Universal and would love to help you plan your next trip. So feel free to reach out either through the links in the show notes where you can reach Lacie or I directly, or head on over to our website at mickey-guru.com. And oh, by the way, if you know some other Universal Orlando lovers in your life, we would love it if you just sent them this episode to listen to, because we would love to reach some more ears in 2026. So thank you so much for listening, and we will see you real soon.
Thanks for listening to Talk Travel to Me. We hope this episode cracked open inspiration for the treasures that await you at your next dream destination. If you love the show, please review, subscribe, and share it with a friend. At Mickey Guru Travel Company, we're your trusted guides for theme parks, cruises, resorts, and more. Visit our website at mickey-guru.com to learn more and book your vacation today.